That goes for all the tribes. Go ahead.
That's 10.
That's 10. All right. Now go to that's it.
Honey,
that's it on that. Go back to Genesis 49.
Interject. You read the Bible fucking 3 times. Come on. Excuse my French. Excuse my French.
He ain't got nothing to say, man.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. My husband's he's right on top of it.
I'm not here to argue about anybody, so and I can tell that's where that would go. So come on.
No,
I'm not looking for an argument.
Oh no, I understand.
I appreciate it.
Listen, yeah, we ain't looking at you no type of way. It's all
no,
good, man.
it's all about Christian, man. Right on. We're all Christians, right?
Israel.
That's right.
That's right.
Where you at?
Right on.
Go back to
Genesis 49.
Read 5.
This is Genesis 49 and 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren.
Simeon and Levi are brothers. So this lets us know, when we just went through all of that about Levi, now this lets us know what? That Simeon is his brother, right? Go ahead.
Instruments of cruelty are in their inhabitants.
Now look, the fact that it says Simeon are his brethren, that's a key indicator of who Simeon is. Because all the 12 tribes are brethren. Why does it say Simeon and Levi are brethren? Because they're joined together. So whoever's joined under Levi, that's how we're going to know who Simeon is. Now who's joined under Levi? The Dominicans. All right? That's just plain.
Nigga Josh.
That's
Geography, my nigga. Pay attention. You feel me? They're right there. They're just the split is right there.
That's right.
Haiti and the Dominican Republic are right there next to each other.
That's right on.
Sitting on the same island.
That's right.
Right on.
That's how you break these down.
That's right.
Right on.
You have no knowledge. You fall under that Hosea 4 and 6.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Scripture.
There you go.
You know, you're not smart, man. Think before you get up there and you just say some stupid shit. You get on these debates and don't say anything.
That's right. That's right. Don't prove nothing.
You don't prove anything in your debates.
Go to, you back in Genesis 49?
Yeah, I got Genesis 49.
Go to verse 22.
This is Genesis 49 and 22. Joseph is a fruitful boy.
Joseph is a fruitful boy. Now, who is Joseph? That's Ephraim, that's Manasseh. That's your Puerto Ricans and your Cubans. Go ahead.
Even a fruitful boy by a well.
Even a fruitful boy. Now, listen. When you got a tree and it's fruitful, it's going to grow. But when it's by a well, when it's near a source of water, it's going to grow that much more abundantly. It's going to produce fruit that much more abundantly. All right? And for as small as the island of Puerto Rico is, and as many Puerto Ricans as there is in the world, that's clearly a fruitful bowl by a well. Go ahead.
Whose branches run off over the walls.
That's right. They're all over the place.
They're
right?
everywhere.
Right? Go ahead.
The archers have solely grieved him.
Now, who are the archers that have solely grieved the Puerto Rican, the so-called Puerto Ricans? That's when the Spanish came over there and sorely grieved them. Put them to worked them till the sun went down, worked them to death.
Where does this come from?
What do you mean, where does this come from?
Where does this come from?
That's what we're going into right now. We've been doing this all day.
Is there Haitians and Dominicans in the Bible?
Yeah, we're reading about it. We just went through the entire Haiti and Dominican Republic right now and showed you how the only people that get the curses and the description of the tribe of Levi are the Haitians. Same thing with Judah, Benjamin, and every claim we made. Right here.
I'm Italian. Where's the Italians here?
Yeah, hey, what part of Italy?
Outside of Rome.
Outside of Rome. Now let me tell you something about Italy. What? You gonna hear me out?
No.
Now listen.
I got my brother since I was 18.
It's okay.
From Dominican.
It's okay. That's great. Now listen. Now you from Italy, right?
Yeah.
You familiar with
I'm
the
from New York.
That's my husband.
Okay, all right, but
That's
you
my
know you go
husband.
back to Italy, right?
Be careful.
No, it's all good. You know, I like it. I like it. Now let me ask you something. You familiar with the
Don't
Moors?
talk.
Yeah.
The Moors, right?
Yeah.
Who are the Moors?
The Moors are the Negroes.
It's the Negroes, right? Okay, but where were they
I
at?
don't call them.
Well, that's what they call them, right? I know you don't call them, but that's what they call them, right? You know what I'm saying? Where were they at, though? Spain, Italy. They was in Europe. You see what I'm
They
saying?
didn't start there.
Well, of course they didn't start there. They came from Africa. But really, they go back further than that. But let's just go Africa. They was in Africa. Then they came across the Mediterranean. They conquered into Spain and Italy and all that region, right? Now, you might have somebody, right, look like you. Now, the average person might walk by you and say, "Oh, this is a white guy," right? You see what I'm saying? But when you go through your lineage may very well go back to one of these people right here. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So even though it don't say Italians right there, when you tell me you're Italian, I will relay that information to you that you could be. I'm not necessarily saying you're excluded. I'm saying you could be a part of it. You see what I'm saying?
For me,
a lot of
he's not a white
Italians,
guy for me.
Spaniards, Portuguese, Irish, Scottish, English.
I've got close friends that are directly from the line of Levi.
No, they're not from the line of Levi.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not from the line. Give me Revelation 2 and 9. Let me tell you something about the line of Levi. Give me Revelation 2 and 9. So they're Israeli, they're Jewish.
Yes, they are.
So what's their last names? Levi?
Well, he's Italian
Cohen.
Lebanese. He's Italian Lebanese.
Revelation 2 and 9. I'm going to tell you about them people who claim to be from the line of Levi. Even though they don't fit any of the... They'll tell you they're a Levite, but they don't fit any of the...
Why does it matter? Why is it so important to separate?
This is Revelations 2 and 9.
I'm going to tell you right now, but read that. Go ahead.
I know thy works
Uh-huh.
and tribulation
That's right.
and poverty.
Let me ask you something. Are the Jews, for the most part, in the great tribulation and poverty? This is what it's talking about.
Then no.
This is Revelation.
Now, keep going. This is talking about in these times. Right? Go ahead.
Yesterday, actually.
Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews
Say they are Jews. Go ahead.
and are
And
not,
are not. Go ahead.
but are the synagogue of Satan.
That's who these people are who are calling themselves Jews. They're the synagogue of Satan. They're identity thieves. All right? Because they don't fit none of the... Let me tell you something. Go to Deuteronomy 28:68.
You know
And
what
I want you to let me know when this happened to the Jews.
You know what I'm trying to say in a nutshell? You know, the blacks and Jews is bad. You know, they got a bad rap. Now, nowadays, we're thriving. We're thriving.
All right, bro.
The
Go
blacks
ahead.
and the
This is
Jews.
Deuteronomy 28:68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Okay, now in the book of Exodus, what does it tell us Egypt is? The house of bondage. The word Egypt in the Paleo Hebrew, Mizraim, meaning double straits, two straits, right? Go ahead. Straits meaning a hard place. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
With ships.
With ships. So it said you should go into bondage again with ships. Now let me ask you something. When did those Jewish people ever go into slavery on a ship?
No, but they went into slavery in the chambers. They got burned out.
Here's the point is, if they don't fit any of the description or the curses that said what's going to happen to the Israelites,
All I'm trying to say is
then
that
how are they the
the
Israelites?
blacks and Jews got fucked up, you know? And then back in the day and nowadays, we're thriving, man. You know? Black, Jew, my husband's Italian Jewish.
I just want to be
I got mixed in my family. And the white people
See, here's what I'm telling
hurting,
you.
you know?
Now reading it, because you know the Bible tells us to try
That's
the
all
spirit
I'm
by the
trying to
spirit,
talk
right?
about. You know?
Now listen, reading your spirit,
Listen,
you don't strike
he
me
came
as
back.
a
God
white
has
person.
his
You understand what I'm saying?
That's God's
Especially because you
vengeance,
seem to
right?
be very passionate
Right
about
on,
the
man.
What's white?
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, a so-called, I'll say a so-called, what people would generally
He's showing them now. Because
designate as
all
Caucasian.
the music
We know
industries,
that's really too broad, and you know
it's
we
all
get into this and
controlled
that, but I'm
by
just gonna
black.
because America deals with way too much generalization.
Yeah,
so
it's
that's why I'm
us.
just gonna say white.
Well, no.
So I'm used to dealing with these
But the
people that
artists are.
generalize. You see what
We
I'm
got
saying?
to say so.
Now you
We got to
don't
say so.
strike me as a white person, you know. You strike me as somebody who could possibly be
You know, the
on
Jewish
this side.
people,
Now,
they
it's
were
important
like,
to be on this side.
you're like,
It's important to be in the
squashed
nation
down.
of Israel. You understand what I'm saying?
any white
Because
people
this is
that
the
are
Lord's
involved in
chosen
history, they're Jewish.
This is who Jesus Christ came to die for. You see what I'm saying? So no one, it's the Gentiles. The Gentiles?
You know what?
Let me ask
Wrong
you something.
lady.
Go to Corinthians.
Ain't all that
Let
shit
me ask you something.
didn't
The
go with you
Corinthians,
anyway.
were they Gentiles?
Money.
It doesn't matter.
Ego.
No, were the Corinthians Gentiles?
They're from Greece.
Oh,
They're from
shit.
Greece, right? Corinth, Greece, right? So they're not Jews,
Yeah.
right?
Nothing goes
All
with
right.
it.
Well, let's see about that. Go to 10, chapter 10.
All that goes with us is
You got to understand the word Gentiles. You got to understand the word strange. You got to understand. Now you got to get into the language.
the Bible, people
You
who
got to get into
believe,
the languages because
love,
it's
Love,
it's,
love, love.
It appears to be
It's
one
all
thing,
that
but when you
matters,
get to the brass tacks, it's
love.
This is 1 Corinthians 10:1.
Uh-huh.
Moreover,
Love.
brethren,
Uh-huh.
I will
It's all that
not
matters.
that ye should be ignorant.
That's right. I will not that you should be ignorant, right? Go ahead.
How that all of your fathers were under the cloud,
Uh-huh.
and all passed through the sea,
Uh-huh.
and were all baptized unto Moses
Now,
in the
Let
cloud.
me ask you something. He's talking to Greeks, right? But why did he just say they passed through the sea with Moses? The Greeks weren't there. Okay, let me ask you something. Who was with Moses? Who was with Moses? Hold on. You can step
Oh,
in
I'm
that.
sorry.
Just not these. Just not these. But look, see, but you look. It says what?
Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all of our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea.
Now he's talking to Greeks right now. But he said that our fathers passed through the sea with Moses. Now were the Greeks with Israel?
Did I say with Moses?
Go ahead, keep reading.
And were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea.
Now keep reading. So
And did all eat the same spiritual meat.
that manna, right? Go ahead.
And did all drink the same spiritual drink.
That water that came out the rock, right? Go ahead.
For the drink of the spiritual rock that followed them, and the rock was Christ.
Right, so who was that? That happened to who?
The drink of the read that again. Read that again.
Go ahead. The spiritual rock of Christ.
And did all eat
Because-
the same spiritual
because
meat.
who was following Israel around in the wilderness? That was Christ that was following Israel around. So here's what I'm saying is, who came out of Egypt and who went into the wilderness? The Jews, right? The Israelites. Right? But he's talking to a bunch of Greeks right now. So let's just know that what?
Read more.
I mean, look, that's the point. Now let me ask you something. Are you familiar with the history? Because you got the Bible, then you got the history that kind of.
He read the Bible 3
The
times.
Bible is the history.
Yeah, the Bible is the history.
That's what history is based on.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He
you're
read
right
the
about
Bible
that.
3
You
times.
familiar with the book of the? You familiar with the book of the Maccabees?
Yeah.
Okay, now the
You're
Maccabees.
familiar with the fact that that was not included as a
It's a historical book.
It's not
Yeah. Well, by who? Who took it out? Who took it out? Who took it out? It was original. Now only certain churches don't think it's inspired. That's an opinion. You see what I'm saying? Either way, it's history. You can't argue with history. It's just history. You see what I'm saying? Now let me tell you something. Now are you familiar with the book of the Maccabees?
No.
You're not? All right. Well, I'm going to hit up. Now, during the book of the Maccabees, this is when Alexander, it starts with Alexander.
About 380.
Yeah, about that time. Alexander rises to his power. He's conquering everything. Alexander grows. Then what happens? He appoints his 4 rulers of the 4 regions.
As Daniel prophesied.
Yeah, exactly as Daniel prophesied, right? Did he go, and then he said, what was going to be the 4 after that, right? So then look, what happens is you got these Greeks, they come into Jerusalem. They say, you know what? We want all of y'all, matter of fact, go to 2 Maccabees 6. But basically, the Greeks want to force the Israelites into being Greeks. They say, I don't want you guys to be Jews anymore. You're going to become Greeks now. Because we run this stuff now. It's like anybody does. You conquer it now, I want you to conform to me. Yeah, exactly, right? Now, start at verse 1.
This is 2 Maccabees 6:1. Not long after this, the king sent an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers,
That's right, go ahead.
and not to live after the laws of God,
Uh-huh.
and to pollute also the temple of Jerusalem,
That's right, go ahead.
and to call it the temple of Jupiter,
Jason wanted to, which Jupiter is Zeus. Same thing, right? Go ahead.
Olympics, and that in Gerizim of Jupiter the
You know
defender.
about Gerizim, right? Gerizim is like a place where half of the nation would go and give a sacrifice. All right, now go ahead.
And that in Gerizim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers, as they did desire that dwelt in the place.
So basically what's going on there is suppression. We're trying to make you to be Greeks now. Now what happened is, during this time, a lot of Jews became Greeks essentially. You see what I'm saying? As we're going to go on to read. Keep reading.
The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people.
That's right.
For the temple was filled with riot and rebelling by the Gentiles,
They're partying in the temple. You know, it's a club now. You see, go ahead.
who dallied with the harlots,
They're flirting with hoes. That's what that means, right? Go ahead.
and had to do with women within the circuit
Having sex,
of the
right?
holy places.
Go ahead.
And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful. The altar the altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbidded.
That's why keep going.
Neither was it lawful for man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
And that's what people want to say. They made it illegal to say, you can't say on you can't say on that. They made it illegal.
At that point, Jesus fulfilled the law, and being a Jew wasn't that important.
Actually, Jesus said, go to Matthew 5. Did Jesus fulfill the law?
Yeah, sure did.
Totally.
Absolutely.
All right, let's see about that.
You believe the Bible.
I believe the Bible totally.
Every book of the Bible.
Every
is
single,
inspired by God.
all book, inspired. Every book from Genesis to Revelation,
And you
including these.
You put as much on Maccabees then.
Huh?
You put as much weight on Maccabees as well as the books.
As all the, yeah, exactly. That's right. 5, start at 17.
Matthew 5. This is Matthew 5 and 17. Think not that I have come to destroy the law.
Not that I come to destroy it. Go ahead.
Or the prophets.
Uh-huh.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Because it's written in the law and in the prophets that he would come, right? Go ahead.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass.
Is heaven in the sky? Are you on earth? So until heaven and earth pass, go ahead.
One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
So is the law done away with? Jesus Christ said no. That's blasphemy to say the law is done away with.
Can be fulfilled. If you tell me to go fulfill taking out the trash, you're going to expect me to go and carry out that thing. You feel me?
But is it still going to be trash after that? Because like I said, it's in the law and it's in the prophets that he should come. So he fulfilled that prophecy that he was going to
He's
come.
coming back.
Yeah, listen, he's coming again. But the fact of the matter is, the law is still in effect. He said until heaven and earth pass. We still on earth. So clearly the law is still in effect.
Well, what are the ones that Jesus said we have?
All 613 laws, statutes, commandments. No?
What did Jesus say?
Let me ask you something. When did Jesus, in what book of the Bible did Jesus start his ministry?
He was like 20-something.
No, what book of the Bible?
Oh.
And what we read it, Matthew the 5th chapter. And you know what the first thing that he did in his ministry? Start talking about the law, the
What
testament
did
and
he say? What
prophets.
did he say the
Sorry,
two things?
stop preaching.
Hey, honey, just relax and listen, right? What are the two things he said that encompass the law?
Loving the Lord and loving your brother.
Right on.
Of course. But now I'm going to show you something. Go to Leviticus 19. So you got to understand something. You got to understand what love is. You know what love is? Matter of fact, go to 1 John 5:3, then we're going to go to Leviticus 19. Because love, let me ask you something. You love your wife, correct?
Yeah.
But you got to, I know. I believe you. But here's the thing. You can't just say you love her. You got to show you love her, right?
How about that?
You see what I'm saying? You can't just, oh, I love you, but you're going to just beat the hell out of her every day for no
When
reason.
he says love with all your
Oh,
heart,
yeah,
with all your
what's
mind,
up
with
with
all
that?
your soul.
With everything, right? Now
And love
go
your brother as you love yourself.
That's right. Now go to
That's
1
everything.
John.
All the law is encompassed in that.
And there's a reason why he said that. Now read.
This is 1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
So if loving God is keeping the commandments, so you got to keep the commandments. That's for showing you that you love God. You have to keep the commandments.
Yep, right on.
All right, now go ahead.
And his commandments are not grievous.
That's right. Now go to Leviticus 19 and go to 17. So loving God is keeping his commandments, the law that he gave him. This is why he said that the law is filled with these two things. Because if you're gonna love the Lord, you're gonna keep his commandments, right?
Exactly, sure.
And if you love your brother, he's gonna show you what he's gonna do right now.
That's right.
19 and 17.
Yep.
This is Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
You should not hate your brother. You gotta love your brother, right? Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor,
That's right.
and suffer not, Salah,
Go ahead.
and not suffer sin upon him.
Exactly, and not suffer sin upon him. So if you see your brother sinning, which sinning is breaking the law, you have to rebuke him for that, or else you hate him. You're showing you that you hate him. So showing your brother you love him is by telling him when he's sinning, when he's breaking the law. So yes, by loving God, you got to keep his commandments. By loving your brother, you got to let him know when he's breaking the commandments. So the commandments and the law, they're intact. You see what I'm saying?
Does it not always also say in there that if you believe in Jesus with all your heart, that you are in the book of life?
Yeah, that's right.
Now,
Now, if you
after
believe
that,
in Jesus,
as far as following the laws, well, then that will.
if you believe in Jesus, if you believe in Jesus, you're gonna follow the law.
Right.
You know?
Everybody sins.
No,
Listen.
listen. Everybody does it. That's what.
Yeah,
see,
but you
look,
can't do it on purpose.
Now
You can't do it on
This is where
purpose.
grace comes in. You see what I'm saying? Because the New Testament speaks of grace. Sure. Because listen, now you know when the law says you see a homosexual, you're supposed to kill him. I'm not going to be out here killing
Not in
homosexuals.
the New Testament, but in the Old
And
Testament.
then,
But did he do away? Did he
but
come
he said,
to destroy
yeah,
or did he come to fulfill?
He said it didn't pass away. So anything that was written in the Old, listen, the only
He
law from
also
the Old.
said, do not judge those without sin, throw the first stone.
You know why? Why did he say that? Why did he say judge not
Because
lest
we
you
were all
be judged?
sinners.
No, because when they were trying to condemn a woman for adultery when they were all guilty of adultery. You cannot condemn somebody for something you're guilty of. For
They
example,
weren't all adultery. They were all sinners.
Yeah, they were all adulterers. They were all adulterers. Because let me ask you something. If I smoke cigarettes, but I see you smoking a cigarette and I say, hey, you're not supposed to be smoking cigarettes, What would that make me? That would make me a hypocrite. I can't condemn you if I do it, but if you,
Yeah,
if I don't
because
smoke
you're not
cigarettes
taking
and
care of
you
your
smoking a
temple.
cigarette,
You're not taking care of your temple.
that's what exactly. You're not taking care of your temple, but that's what
They
he's
were all
saying.
sinners, not all necessarily adulterers.
They were all adults because what did he say about the men that
Well,
sat?
Pat's
Those are
cool.
the men that sat in the seat that was dealing with, right?
Sinner.
That was trying to stone that woman. Those are the chief priests and such. But what were they all? Yeah, what were they all into? They was behind the scenes breaking all. That's why he said, "Do as they say, but not as they do." Because them dudes is wicked. You see, they live in wicked. You know what I'm saying? So, but he said all these because now adultery is a punishment in the death, correct?
Oh yeah.
It's worthy of capital punishment
That's
in
freaking
the
lust.
law, right?
Lust is bad.
Now, there's certain laws in the Bible that are worthy of capital punishment. You see what I'm saying? So, if you're worthy of some of capital punishment, but you're condemning somebody else who's worthy of capital punishment, well then, hey, guess everybody's going to have to die because you were worthy of death just as she was. You see what I'm saying?
Jesus didn't come down to the
Well, you stood
Now,
up
that's
and
still
plus
true.
you're bringing blasphemy because
That's still true.
yeah.
But why don't you Now listen, that means I can do anything I want and Jesus is still going.
No, it's what your heart believes. You know,
So
Are you guys married? Are you guys married?
And you're just
I'm
gonna be
married.
saved?
He's married.
So you guys never screwed up with your wives?
What's adultery in the Bible? How does
Are you
how
saying
does the
you guys
Bible?
don't sin at all? You guys
I'm
never
not
sin?
No,
saying
no, of course not. That's what I'm saying. That's where grace comes in.
No, but you
Because
but
like
no,
But if you're a
Like I
faggot
said-
and you done some faggot ass shit, you done committed an abomination.
But here's
Yeah.
the thing. But hold on.
You're
Hold on,
worthy of
listen.
death
Hold
for an
on.
abomination.
Hold on, listen, bro. Here's the thing. But I'm not just gonna go kill a homosexual. By me not killing a homosexual, I'm breaking the law.
But
That's
still,
where grace comes
but still, you can't go around screwing
How?
up
But
with your
that's the
wife
law.
and then asking God for
The Old
forgiveness.
Testament is the Old Testament. and
You know what I'm
Jesus
saying?
did.
Go
That's
to
what I'm
give
talking
me
about.
Hebrews 10 and 7.
But
We're gonna see about
other
that.
sins? What about other sins?
There's other sins.
I mean, should we kill somebody that's stealing?
No,
Should we kill
you
somebody
can't
But
go
then that's
around.
not the punishment
Yeah,
for a theft.
but you can't go around
There's
like.
capital punishment is
cut
murder.
his hand off?
Well, he has to. He has to restore. He has to restore what he took plus the fifth part, meaning an additional 20%. That's what the scripture says. But
What I'm
let me
trying to
Hebrews
talk
10 and
about-
7.
This is Hebrews 10 and 7. Then said I, Lo, I come. In the volume of the book
come
it
in-
is written of me.
I come in the volume of the. I mean, you come in this whole book. Now let me ask you something. Now, hold on one second. Go to Psalms
Man, I'm
40
out
and
of
7.
here. I'm
Go to
done.
Psalm. He said the volume
I'm
of the
done.
book. That's in the New Testament,
No,
right?
I'm done.
But we're gonna show you the same exact thing in the
No,
Old Testament.
I'm
letting
done.
that
You know why I'm
gotta come in
done?
the whole book.
Because you guys are overlooking my question of like, you know, you fuck up with your
40
wife.
and 7.
Yeah, it's okay. Because, you know, you guys are guys.
This is Psalms 40 and 7.
Right.
Then I said, then said I, Lo,
Low, right? Go ahead.
I come.
I'm done.
In the volume of the book.
So it's the same thing in the old and the same thing in the new. But you gotta come in this whole book. You gotta. The Bible says you gotta eat that whole roll. If you ain't eating that whole roll, then you missing something. You gotta come in the old and new. That's why the first
I don't
thing that
talk
Jesus
about
Christ said when he came on the scene, he started
No.
talking about things of the Old Testament. You see what I'm saying?
Precepts,
Because
precepts
you
upon precepts,
exactly line upon line,
line,
here a little,
there
there
a
a little.
little.
You
Yeah,
gotta be
well,
all of this
yeah.
Bible. You
All
can't just
on
be
hand.
new. See, that's where the church go wrong.
I'm
They only want to go to the Old
I'm outta
Testament
here.
when it says you gotta pay tithes. See, here it says you gotta pay tithes, so you
I'm
gotta
outta
pay us
here.
tithes. But then they go stick in the New Testament.
I'm
You gotta
outta
be in
here.
You gotta be in this whole Bible. You see what I'm
I'm
saying?
done.
She's
I'm
upset.
done.
You're
Nah,
upset
it's
because
not-
I'm
nah,
upset.
don't do it.
I'm
Don't do it,
upset.
bro. We're dealing with the man, you know?
No, I'm upset.
It's all good, bro.
I'm upset.
All right, go
Because
ahead.
You guys
Hey,
already both
Listen,
screwed up with
we
your
out here every
wife.
Sunday, so if
And
you
it's
want to come out
okay.
again, we're here, man. You know?
Have we said
All right, bro.
anything that you wouldn't agree with? Just to ask you.
I did. You, yeah. You,
A little bit.
I don't matter. I'm a,
Yeah,
hello.
I'm not a literary scholar, and I don't know all the languages. However,
Okay.
some of that
You guys
that's not
play
how I
music in
understand
your
it.
church, I'm in.
That's all right. Like I said, every Sunday you want to come out again, we can get into it. You know? All right, man. All
You
right.
guys play music in your church, I'm in.
We don't play music. This is the music we play. But all right, we see you guys later. All right.
No.
All right. Bye,
we're
guys.
not. We're not. Because you guys are hypocrites. Because you know why? Because you're both fucking up with your wives. And yeah, you are.
No.
You know, that's not okay.
What she asked was,
That's not okay.
Yeah, adultery. Yeah.
That's not okay.
Compared to being-
I'm a fucking
They're
artist.
both worthy of death.
I'm
Yeah.
a fucking artist. I'm a
That's what she
fucking
was
artist
saying.
and
Yeah.
musician.
You're worthy of
You
death.
know
Yes,
what?
yes,
It took
yes.
one. I'm a fucking artist and musician. I'm very a fucking sensitive person. You know. Okay.
Sorry, bro.
And I'm a Christian.
Fine. Thanks, guys.
All right, man.
No problem. Have a good day.
I was born and raised Catholic,
Yeah.
Come on, Hank.
Oh, yeah.
and I jumped out of my religion to become a Christian.
Go to, you got Deuteronomy 33?
And you know what? I don't appreciate
Go to Deuteronomy 33.
man fucking up with the women. That's okay.
No, they said it's not okay. They said it's worthy of death, just like homosexuality. Come on.
No, see that I don't agree with that either. I'm total pro homosexuality. I think people should
You gotta get me
artist. I'm an
Yeah, that's
artist.
all right.
I'm an artist. You know what? I'm an artist.
We gotta go.
I think I'm a total Dirty City girl. I think that I love Christians. I love God, and I think that I believe Jesus died for our sins. I'm totally into that. I'm a dirty downtown LA girl, Jersey boy, whatever. I'm a Catholic girl, born and raised. I got the socks on.
Don't let the Jersey boy leave.
Get that jersey.
I moved to New York City. I lived there for 13 years, and now we came here. It's a total fucking conservative city, and I love you guys. I love you guys. You know, I love Christianity, and I love like a total vibe like that. But you know what? I'm an artist. And you know what? I believe that people. I'm a liberal. I'm a Catholic. I'm a Christian, but I'm also a liberal. I think that I don't judge people. I don't want people to judge me. And I think that homosexuality is right on.
Go to verse 13 and read to 16.
I got you. This is Deuteronomy 33:13. And of Joseph he said, blessed of the Lord be his land.
That's right. Blessed be his land. Here's why they call Puerto Rico. Why they call Puerto Rico Puerto Rico? Because the word Puerto Rico means rich port. So their land was blessed. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
For the precious things of heaven, for the dew, and for the deep that crouches beneath.
That's right. Keep going.
And for the precious fruits brought forth by the sun, and for the precious things put forth by the moon.
This is all things that you can see when you go down that Puerto Rico. This is what you see. You're seeing them precious things, these great fruits, and it's a plentiful, rich land, man. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And for the chief things of the ancient mountains, and for the precious things of the lasting hills.
Keep going.
And for the precious things of the earth, and fullness thereof. And for the good will of him that dwelleth in the bush. Let the blessings come upon the head of Joseph, and upon the top of the head of him that was separated
upon the head,
from his brethren.
The head of Joseph. Who is the head of Joseph? That's Ephraim. That's talking about you so-called Puerto Ricans out there, right? Now, go to Hosea 7 and 8. That bitch is so out of order. That bitch is so crazy, but that's why you gotta ignore the bitch.
Salak, that broad was drunk off her ass.
That's why you just deal with the man.
Salak, sorry. Salak, y'all out there. I just want to gut her ass. Just cut her ass up. She's over here talking some fucking tomfoolery that I didn't want to hear. Get her ass off the block. Not engaging in that is what got her off the block, though. I would have had her out here ranting and raving. Like the guy said, you're gonna have me out here in a fist fight. Yeah, because I'm gonna say some shit that's gonna make you mad.
Well, Salak, they should be both put to death if they believe in gays and shit.
Well, he don't believe in faggots, but it's that bitch.
It's that bitch.
That bitch puts that bitch puts that shit on him to make him at least be accepting to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Bitches is what makes this shit the way it is.
That's why it says children are their oppressors and women rule over them. See, he was a Jake.
Yep.
He had to be a Jake.
Had to.
Just like, but yesterday we met that dude Sicilian. I don't think that's a Jake. He didn't have a Jake spirit. But this dude, he Italian, but he had a real Jakeish spirit, man. Okay. We got about it. Yeah, I had spirit. I was just about to ask you the time. All right. 7 and 8.
This is Hosea 7 and 8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people.
That's right. He had mixed himself among the people. That's why you got Puerto Ricans. Keep reading. We're going to explain. Go ahead.
Ephraim is a cake, not turned.
So this is why you got the Puerto and all the Latinos. You got them looking all kind of ways. You'll have a pale ass Latino, then you'll have a dark skinned ass Latino. You see what I'm saying? You have Albert Pujols, and then you have David Ortiz. You see what I'm saying? Light as hell, dark as hell. You see what I'm saying? Because they're a cake not turned. They black on one side, they burnt on one side, but on the other side they're not cooked. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it's in reference to.
Black on the inside. Y'all black under the skin.
You a bunch of
Y'all got that.
you a bunch of niggas underneath. That's why a Puerto Rican favorite word is nigga.
Y'all say niggas just as much as niggas say nigga.
Yeah, right. That's fucking right.
I was just watching, the little beef shit. I see True Life and them niggas pop up.
Yeah.
True Life and them some niggas right there,
If that's
man.
not a bunch of wild, grimy
Hey,
ass niggas.
them is some niggas right there,
Yeah,
man.
I remember
them
that
niggas
shit.
wasn't fucking joke. Those some niggas. And in the back, they had niggas with
Yeah,
them.
you had Judah mixed in,
You had
but it was
Judah
just
mixed
hella
with
Ephraim though. You know?
Everybody was scattered. Our people was
Hey, but some of them might have been Ephraim, just a black.
Hey,
ass
just a
Ephraim
black
too.
dude, y'all would have got that full cake turn.
Yeah,
you feel me?
done. Where we at? Read. Oh, you just read 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Now go to Hosea 4 and 17.
This is Hosea 4 and 17. Ephraim is joined to idols.
Ephraim is joined idol.